More of your tax dollars about to get eaten up. Democrats pushing a bill to the president's desk to spend $4.5 billion more on the school lunch program. That is on top of the nearly $13 billion we're already spending. They say it's to help make kids healthier. But Tracy, of all people, you say stop the gravy train. Really?
I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Stay out of my kids' school. Stay out of the cafeteria. Look, Cheryl, 40 years ago, we had an child obesity rate of 5%. We have since doubled the spending, and the obesity rate is now 17%. It's not working. Just like increasing spending for stimulus didn't work, increasing spending in our school lunch programs is not working. The parents are there to make the decisions in the school and at home, not the government. Stop it. And there's no need for taxpayers to be paying for this.
At the same time, Wayne, though, these kids are in school 5 days a week, and maybe that's where they're learning their good or their bad habits.
Well, whether it's obesity or not is immaterial. Some support for the school lunch program is a good idea. You want to educate the citizenry. You don't want morons everywhere. So giving them good food under a good program is not so bad.
All right,
Charlie? Although public schools are horrendous at spending money. I mean, all you have to do is look at what it costs to teach someone in say, a New York City public school and someone in a New York City Catholic school, and it's a lot less than a Catholic school, and you get a much better education. So, you know, I just think this money will be wasted. I mean, it's kind of a joke at this point.
But isn't, Heather, an investment, though, in children, and the fact that if you teach them healthier habits at a younger age, they don't become obese and unhealthy adults and burden the healthcare system?
Absolutely, and I think we need to do a little reality check. We're talking about $4.5 billion over 10 years. So that's about $450 million a year. No, which is, in fact, a very small amount. It's about 6 cents per school lunch.
You know, that's what they say about every program.
It's not just more money. These are our children we're talking about here. This is the future of this country. And it actually has more economic output for dollar invested in it, because this is investing in our children. And it's not just more money, it's cutting red tape.
Investing in our children.
And it's
how many times do you use that a day? How many times do you use that line a day? Investing in our children.
I know for a fact that Jonathan Honig likes himself a little bit of McDonald's every now and then. But Jonathan, I mean, kids really are, I mean, the obesity problem is exactly that, a huge problem right now.
It is, Cheryl, but I think you put a lot of faith that government knows the right way to fix that problem. I mean, you know, I think of all the people, unfortunately, who've died over the years because life-saving medication, for example, is kept off the market by the FDA. Or what about the food pyramid, which we know now is a bunk they promoted for years and years and years. What worries me further, Heather, even if it is $4 billion, is that once again, it's the enlargement of the entitlement state, right? Now we got a government that feeds your kid, that educates your kid, that, you know, that provides everything for your kid.
But Jonathan's point is a good one. My children are not your responsibility. Nobody's responsibility but my own. I should choose and determine what goes in their mouth.
But Tracy, you're a good parent. Tracy, you're very good with your kids.
I mean, I'm the first person to tell you, though, I work, you know, a lot. It's very hard, and I'll stick $1 in the snack machine to give my kid a bag of Doritos. But that's my choice, my problem.
But it's not only that. Look at the track record. Track record of educating kids in public schools, especially inner cities, is lousy. And it's the same. Listen, I think you judge people on their track record. Barack Obama said you spend $800 billion. You spend $800 billion, you get stimulus and 8% unemployment. It didn't happen. You spend a lot of money in public schools, inner cities, and it hasn't worked very well.
Hey, Heather McGee,
thank you. Has to do with the lunch program. You're right.
Thank you for joining us, Heather. It was great to have you on the show. All right, to Heather McGee, thank you.